Good morning. I am Brenda Rojas, class 662. This weekend I had clinicals and I'm doing them in inpatient, so I felt like a full moon. There was a lot of psychotic, delusional, paranoid patients in the facility. The question for my journal is a patient that I encountered that expressed suicidality or feeling that others' lives would be better without them. I had a few of those. We allowed the patient just to vent and just listen to their thoughts. Explain to them we were going to help, well, we were going to keep them safe and help them to stay safe. We discussed a treatment plan, discussed that they would not harm themselves, harm others, take medication as directed, and kind of went through some of their treatment and figure out where they thought they were, if they were going to go home or a residential treatment center. But we also had groups, and we had groups with teenagers, and I had a 12-year-old that we were doing group on friendship. What's a good friendship? What's a bad friendship? What type of friendship do you need in your life at this time? And all she kept saying was, it doesn't matter. I don't need any friends. I only hurt them, and I'm better without it, them, and everyone's better without me. And tried to redirect her and say, okay, how it could kind of explain to me why you feel that way. And she just kept going on, and she did answer the questions. A good friend is that won't do anything harmful with you, will prevent from you harming yourself, allow you to listen to them. It took me a little bit because she kept saying it over and over. It wasn't a group discussion, and so tried to redirect her a couple times, asking her different questions about the groups we were doing and just trying to get her to interact with us because there was about 10 children. But after that, I asked the licensed therapist that I was shadowing, what could I have done better to redirect the patient? And she said when they're at that point, it will be very difficult to redirect, especially with all the children there, because their attention span is very minimal. And so I found myself having a little bit of a trouble, kind of like, what do I do? This is not my comfort zone, so I'm learning every single day, and I enjoy what I'm doing. A little overwhelming because I am working full time, plus clinicals. I do 5 days a week in clinical, Saturdays and Sundays, so a little overwhelming, but I still enjoy what I do. The other children I had interaction with, he was in seclusion. And it's during group again, because we did 2 groups yesterday, and he kept turning on the call light, and I went in there to make sure he was okay, or opened up the door. And his eyes were humongous, and he was like, please make them stop hurting me. They're hurting me. Please make it stop. It's hurting. And I kind of sat there for a second, and I said, well, let's go back in. Let's take some deep breaths. Can you tell me a little bit about who's hurting you? And so he gave me a little bit of information, and then he started to calm down. I said, you're in a safe place. We're here to keep you safe. And then I said, we're going to close the door a little bit because there was so much stimuli. The children were just all over the place, fighting, screaming, yelling. And so we closed the door, and he said, let's close the door. There's a lot of noise out there. And we did that, but I'm still trying to learn how to respond. Again, I come from an ER background, and sometimes you can redirect, but not very often. And so I'm trying to figure out how to respond so that I don't trigger them. And I think that was my biggest difficulty yesterday, is I wanted to be sure I didn't trigger anybody else, or I didn't say something that the whole group would start on. That did happen in a different unit. I wasn't doing group, but another social worker was, and I could hear the clients or the patients, and they were just she said one particular phrases, and it was it. So I was just a little careful, and I'm still a little careful, but learning every single day. This is, I think, my 3rd full week. So we'll continue to learn. Thank you.